I think we need to look at our emergency needs first. Let's get the money flowing to those who are most vulnerable, the most timely in need, and then get back to the table, figure out exactly what the deficit is, look at enhancing some of the revenue streams we have already, and I'll just mention, liquor privatization as one of the options there, even the revenue that's generated through gaming. Let's look at where we are in that industry, and then be able to put together a plan that can finalize this budget and get the state moving forward like we really should be by now, actually months ago.
Today's vote is establishing the fact that there simply isn't support in the General Assembly for a broad-based tax increase. Hopefully this is the point at which Governor Wolf realizes he's going to have to reflect the reality of the Pennsylvania voters, which put in a strong Republican majority in the House and Senate under the proposition that we would be good stewards of the taxpayer dollars and not increase taxes unless absolutely necessary. I'm hopeful that this will form the basis for some compromise arrangements that can reflect some of the priorities of the legislature and the governor in a reasonable spending plan that can be passed, implemented quickly, and get the funding out and the levels that we've all agreed to for schools and human services that are suffering during this impasse.
So now we're back to the drawing board. I thought that this was a missed opportunity. It was a nice compromise from Governor Wolf. So now we're back to ground zero. Unfortunately, when schools are in need of money, human services are in need of money, we're going to have to move forward without a broad-based tax increase, which is fine with me, but I just don't see any other way to find a new revenue to help get this budget balanced. The structural deficit is growing, and there's no new ways to fill the gap, and that really concerns me.
Well, I hope what happens now is that the governor comes back down to earth, understands that the people of Pennsylvania, there's just not the will there to raise taxes on the people of Pennsylvania. And that's what his plan does, raise the taxes on the people, not the frackers. So I hope that he comes back down to earth and comes back with a reasonable offer and sits at the table with Republican leadership and hammers out a plan that actually moves Pennsylvania forward without reaching deeper into the pockets of the people.
What I'd like to see done is us get together with the other side of the aisle, the guys who absolutely cannot vote for this, and negotiate with them and try to get maybe get a bill done without the governor's involvement. Get enough votes by going after the Democrats who agree that this is just not the right way to proceed, and get it done without the governor.
One of the things that I would like to see happen is that all things put aside, that the governor and our leaders come together in a room without staff and let them negotiate how we need to do this. I think that if we come together and not go through the political rhetoric and do what we should do, we'll have a budget within a matter of time.
Today was certainly an effort put forth by the Democrats in collaboration with Governor Wolf to try to find that common ground. Now, obviously, we came close, didn't get it across the finish line, but at least we're moving in the right direction. And this was a big step forward in trying to put this impasse behind us. And I think now we need to get back to the table and try to figure out where we can find an agreement and salvage this process and get 102 votes in the House and 26 in the Senate, and something that the governor can support. And we can put the interests of Pennsylvanians first, get this budget passed, and move on to the important matters of state.
Now that the governor saw what we told him we were going to do, vote no on his proposal, I think he just might listen to us at this point, and we'd love to sit down with him and iron this out and get a budget, one that doesn't tax our constituents more than what they can afford to pay. And I think that we can do that, and I think he'll be more open to us, and we can get this on the road and be successful with it. A good budget's going to help everyone.